Yeah, good week last week. On the road first, it's kind of an interesting week of travel when you've got a split weekend and you're starting at USD and then you're coming around and playing a Saturday, kind of later afternoon game. But a lot of how we're gonna kind of use the travel. And instead of coming back, after a Thursday game, we decided to stay in Vermilion and almost treated it like a road game. But and then got back here, practiced, and got ready for NDSU. So interesting travel week. The USD game, in preparation of that, we really felt like their inside game. Their big is really a physical, good player, offensive rebounding player. Their guard play, very, very good. In particular, their main scorer, number one, is a kid that really can get it going, and so we wanted to do the best we could containing him. They've got guys that can shoot it. They've got guys that can make plays off the bounce. But I really felt like going into a game like that, the things that we've been doing well are kind of the harder things that we've really been trying to emphasize, and that's defending, rebounding, really competing. And then taking care of the basketball. And I think in a game like that, when offense really started coming around for us in that second half, the fact that we took care of it, the fact that we really rebounded well. And I thought defensively, obviously it was a game where at some point in time, I think a guy like Amar, I think he had 3 consecutive putbacks. And I think that really just, it really took the heart out of their bigs, I felt like, as far as what he was doing inside. And it just gave us a lot of momentum, gave us a lot of confidence. And offensively, we started really going in that second half and making some shots and able to close the game out. North Dakota State was a little bit different, and when we watched their South Dakota State game, I really felt like that was a team that was really finding their identity and how they want to play. Their percentages offensively have been really, really good. They're shooting the ball great. Their field goal percentage is great, 3-point field goal, all that stuff is really good. I think, from a defensive standpoint, they haven't been the defensive, physical kind of team that they've been in the past. But against South Dakota State, I thought they were. And again, against us, I thought they came out and defensively really got after us. And I thought you could really see that in how they got it. They put Wheeler Thomas on BJ. And every time he bounced it, like he was just crawling up into him and really making it difficult for him. They were just really physical. And with a kid like Morgan inside, they're playing Feddersen a lot more, and he's playing awesome. They just got more size, and Morgan inside is different. Like he's physical, he's athletic, he's got a lot of honoriness to him when he's at his best, and he's hard to handle. And I just felt it was a game we kind of held on to. Like we stayed in it. We gave ourselves a chance. Offensively, we were struggling. We were missing opportunities we had, and then they also forced us into some tough shots. But as the game went on, we kept with it and provided some opportunities, and next thing you know, there we were in a game. I think that 4-point play was big when I think as Eli kind of tipped that loose ball to Amar where he got fouled. He made 2 free throws. We got the ball back on a flagrant one, I think, or whatever it was, and then we scored on that and we took that lead. But just hanging in there gave us an opportunity, and again, doing the hard things is what made it happen. Offense was not great, but we weren't turning it over. We ended up with the offensive boards and the turnover game. We ended up getting, I think, almost 15 more shots that they did, and so when you get outshot percentage-wise, getting a lot more shots helps you win a game. And I think at the end of the day, those things are what mattered in a game like that, and it was fun to win a game that was a little bit of a rock fight, 60-58 game, because you're going to have to win games like that. And having the ability to stay with it mentally and really have that kind of grit and fight, it was good to see that, because the previous conference games that we've won, we've been able to kind of extend a lead, keep a lead, and not necessarily, a few games got it back within 4 or 5, but it seems like we've been able to maintain a double-digit lead, and obviously North Dakota State was a whole different deal. So, and it's going to prepare us for Omaha. I think Omaha is very similar to North Dakota State in the sense that they have a lot of grit. They're tough. They're starting to really guard and be physical. They do some things, and they got a guy like Frank Fiddler that I think shot 20 free throws against us last time. I think it's a lot of free throws to get a guy too. So, like, we've got to do a lot better job at defending without fouling, and we've got to kind of keep doing what we've been doing and not changing that formula much. And then Saturday, obviously, with Kansas City, it's another team that went to Omaha and just won recently. So, talented team. They can really shoot it, but they're inside. They're physical. They rebound the crap out of the ball. So, really, we got two very physical, talented teams coming in this weekend, and it's a good opportunity for us. And great crowd. We had an awesome crowd the other night. It'd be fun to pack the Betty again this weekend, and it's a fun group of guys to watch and compete, and hopefully we keep competing the way we can.
Questions?
Obviously, you guys are number one in the Summit League now. How do you, kind of take that and appreciate it, but also not let it hinder you guys?
It's good to know we're playing well, right? Outside of that, when you look at the standings, it doesn't really matter. Everybody's right there, so close. You're tied with South Dakota State, but everybody we're playing coming up feels like they're either one game out or 2 games back. There's so much season left still that don't even look at it, consider it. Just keep focusing on, again, we got a Wednesday practice. Let's have a great Wednesday practice, and let's not get ahead of ourselves on anything. Because it's just as soon as you think you've figured it out, you find out quickly that you haven't figured out anything. So it's good that we're playing well, but we've got to keep doing the hard things, and we got to keep the focus on that.
Just as a coach, how fun was that NDSU game with the arena being packed and it being so exciting until the end? Awesome
environment. And I tell people it was, that last minute was really fun. The first 35 minutes or 39 minutes felt like a grind, but the environment was fun. I mean, for our student athletes, both sides, to be able to play in that kind of environment, it's what it's about. I mean, it's fun. Those are things that these guys will remember the rest of their life is playing in an environment like that. And we've had really good crowds, I think, this year. But obviously, a doubleheader against your rival right down the interstate, it's gonna. But it was fun. It was fun. It was frustrating. It was all the things that you can go through emotionally, you're going through it, and it was fun to have a packed house to kind of witness it.
You obviously have plenty of seasons under your belt, but as a coach, I'm just curious, do you still get maybe the jitters and the nervousness when it comes down to 2 points in the final minute?
Yeah, you feel like, every game, whether it was, I think a lot of times when you're younger, you're a lot dumber. You don't have a clue what the heck's going on, You're as you get older, it's just like, oh my goodness, can we just practice every day and skip these games? But you do. I just think that's human nature, right? I think we felt prepared and we were ready to go, but you're still anxious, and you still want to see your team perform well. You want to see them come through and make the plays they need to make, and I think there's always a little anxiety and stress that goes along with that. So yeah, I think that's pretty normal.